Is it easier, more convenient? Is it tastier on the stovetop or in a microwave? That's not a microwave. Oh my God, it's a rice cooker. We are doing another episode of Marion's Test Kitchen. This is where we test out cool techniques, gadgets, products, methods, so you don't have to. And what are we doing today? We're going to be doing a one-pot honey soy chicken and rice. And we have partnered with Panasonic for this episode, and we're going to be using their 10-cup rice cooker. So this guy has a lot of things, so let's come have a look before we get started. Now, this has like 16 auto menus. You can choose regular rice, you can do brown rice, jasmine rice, you can do slow cooking, soups, all sorts of things. So the cool thing about rice cookers like this one is that there is a technology used here called fuzzy logic. Now, fuzzy logic is an actual thing because I Googled it. Let me just test this out. Okay. Hey Siri, what is fuzzy logic?
Here's some information.
Okay, so apparently fuzzy logic is, in logic, fuzzy logic is a form of many value logic in which the truth value of variable may any another. That doesn't make things any clearer. Okay, so fuzzy logic, kind of a weird term, but it's an actual thing, and in this rice cooker, it means that the power is automatically adjusted so that you get more concise cooking. So as the jasmine rice cooks, as the brown rice cooks, as your soup or your stew or your clay pot rice cooks, then this rice cooker can sense when it needs to turn off or adjust the heat. You can have fuzzy logic washing machines, fuzzy logic fridges, I think. I'm not sure about that one. Maybe I'll Siri that one later. But all right, so I have chosen a really heavy kind of cast iron pot for this one. The kind of thicker the better for this on the stovetop. That way you're not going to get things burning, which is, you don't want that. All right, now we also want some chicken thigh. I really love chicken thigh in these kind of one-pot dishes because they don't dry out as much as the chicken breast. And I'm just a legs and thighs girl. Now I want to get the chicken kind of marinating in a few flavors first of all. So I'm going to go in with some soy sauce. And then I want some dark soy sauce here as well. Actually, I'm using a dark sweet soy sauce. And this one is really great to give a nice shiny kind of color. I love that. Now a little pinch of white pepper here. And some sesame oil. And this is kind of like a marinating step if you like. I just want a little bit of flavor right on that chicken. Okay, so you can add any other number of things to this. I'm actually gonna add in some Chinese sausage because I love those kind of sweet pops of pork in there. But you could just use like a regular pork sausage if you wanted. If you had some Chinese barbecue pork, that'd be cool too. I'm going to go in with some shiitake mushrooms. Now I have been soaking them in some hot water for a little bit, about 10 minutes or so. And I'm just removing the stem from there because the stems stay really hard and firm and chewy. They don't kind of soften up. So you just want to take those out. Now I want to keep these mushrooms nice and chunky, so I'm just going to cut them in half. A few more extra flavorings here. I want some garlic, some ginger, give us a bit of a mix. And while we're doing all this, it's great because the chicken's kind of soaking up some of that soy flavor and color, which is great. Now this next ingredient is kind of a little trick of mine. So whenever I'm doing a Chinese style kind of one pot dish with rice and with this kind of soy sauce marinade, I like to add just a little bit of corn flour. That's cornstarch if you're in the US. And what that does is it kind of thickens up the sauce and the stock and everything we're going to put in there and gets it kind of shiny and glossy and all yum. Okay, so now let's talk about rice. I'm using Thai jasmine rice here and I've got 2 cups of rice. So now for some liquids. So I want some chicken stock. So 2 cups, 2 cups. Now for the extra half cup of liquid for each of these, you could just go in with another half cup of chicken stock, but I'm actually going to use some Chinese cooking wine for mine. It's a little bit of extra flavor. Now, because I want to give this like a honey soy kind of vibe, I'm going to go in with some honey here as well. All right, so all of our things are now in our pots. Just going to give it a bit of a stir. Okay, so slightly concerned about the size of my pot for our stovetop. I think this is too small, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. This guy is fine. There's plenty of room there. All right, we're going to need a bigger thing. That's better. I mean, that other one is not gonna work. Okay, so this is what happens when you're testing things out. All right, so forget what I said earlier about that pot, and this is, you need a bigger pot. Lid on. Let's get this guy turning on. I think we'll start off high, I think, with this, because we wanna get the liquid kind of boiling. This guy, we're just gonna pop him into our rice cooker. Now I'm gonna select the automatic clay pot mode for this, because it's a similar kind of clay pot as like a traditional Chinese rice and chicken dish, similar to this. So we'll choose clay pot, press start, and then this guy's gonna take care of himself. Over here, I think I'm gonna give this like 10 minutes on high. I want that stock to really start boiling, but then I want to turn the heat down, make sure we don't get burnt rice on the bottom. 10 minutes. Coffee time.
Coffee boiling.
All right, so I thought it would take 10, but it's only taken 5. Thanks, Mum. Otherwise we would have burnt rice. Okay, all right, so I'll just turn this off. Let's come and have a look in here. Yes, definitely boiling. Okay, so forget what I said earlier about 10 minutes. We want 5 minutes. Now, it is smelling good though. Now I want to turn this down to low. Yeah, see, I feel like this is already the disadvantage between using, you know, an automatic function and the stovetop, because you just don't know the timing. So you've got to be keeping an eye on it, coming back and forth. Or you can just put your mum in charge of keeping an eye on it. Hey Mum, can you just stand there and watch that pot for me? Not quite. Still a bit longer. It's a very good coffee, because I made it and you didn't. You're a great Cameron Dax, but you make really bad coffee.
Shots fired.
Oh wait, something's happening, look. Okay, so we didn't have, when I pressed start, there was no time here. Now I've got a 10-minute kind of countdown, which is pretty cool. It is better that you don't have to keep checking on that guy. It's like having kids, like you just, you know, you wish you could just leave them be without having to chase after them.
You're a lovely mother, Marion.
Look, I love my kids, but they require a lot of attention, just like this guy. All right, so suspense is over, how fun. The cool thing here is that this has stopped cooking and it's gone straight automatically to this keep warm function. So that's really cool, because it means I don't have to keep an eye on it. It's not gonna burn. It's just gonna sit there and keep warm, which is pretty fun. But should we have a look? Dax, come in here, let's have a look. Suspense is killing me. All right. Boop. Ooh, wow, yeah, that looks great. Look at that. All right, let's get that out of there. All right. So that's looking pretty good. Let's see what's happening in here. That looks good too. So if we have a look side by side, we've got most things looking fairly similar here. I mean, the real test is going to be how the rice tastes. So let's get in here and have a look. I'll try this one first. Lovely, fluffy, Some grains are a little chewier than others, so slightly uneven, but good. Let's have a look at this one. Let's get in here with the rice. Definitely a more even cook here. The rice for this one is cooked a lot more, so it's softer and fluffier. I think it would really depend on what your preference for rice would be. I actually really quite like this much softer, fluffier, stickier kind of texture. Yeah, I mean, they're both really good, but I mean, I'd give it to the rice cooker just because I didn't have to check on it. It's cooked more evenly, and this one required a little bit more attention, just like my 3-year-old. Okay, let's get in here. Such a comforting dish. I love this one. One of the things I love about this kind of Asian rice dish is the kind of crispy bottom that you get. Now, I was worried that we wouldn't get that with the rice cooker because I thought it might be too smart to let things caramelize on the bottom. But look at that, look what we've got. It's a beautiful amount of caramelization, it's sticky. Whew, that is good stuff. So we want to get that out as well. Now, serve up our pot version. Now, did we get some? We got a little bit of caramelization on the bottom. I probably could have maybe kept the heat a bit higher at the beginning to get a little bit more of that. Okay, just a little sprinkle there. I'm not really a rice cooker girl. I typically cook my rice on the stovetop, but if I was gonna do this dish again, I would totally use the rice cooker because it was just so much easier. So yum. I was genuinely surprised. Like, I thought that this would turn out mushy.
There's no way I thought it was going to be crust on the bottom.
Oh, there's no way I thought there'd be crust on the bottom. There is. It's great. Technology. Gotta love it. Like, seriously.